Costco US have just announced the launch of the new Rexton Reach hearing aids at the beginning of 2024. And they've got some pretty big claims around how these hearing aids cope in group situations and noisy environments. So if I were you, I would stick around to learn about the 6 key features built into these hearing aids that I'm going to highlight today that make them hot competition if you're planning on heading to Costco for new hearing aids this year. So it's official. Costco have gone for the hat trick, and if you head through those huge warehouse doors and into a Costco hearing center, you'll now have the choice of 3 traditional hearing aids. These range from the Jabra Enhanced Pro 20, the Philips HearLink, or the star of today's video, the new Rexton Reach. I'm really interested in knowing where you, yes, you watching me now, had your current set of hearing aids fitted. I recently put this poll out on YouTube, and 22% of you watching this channel had your hearing aids fitted at Costco. So let me know if this applies to you, as it will help me to tailor these videos to the right people going forwards. Now, although this new receiver and canal hearing aid is technically available in 2 different models, that's the Rexton Reach R-Li and the R-Li T, if you're planning on having these hearing aids fitted at Costco, then you'll only have access to the R-Li T, which, to be honest, is not a bad thing, as it's the most feature-packed of these 2 hearing aids. With the R-Li representing its rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, which are built in, and these allow for an unbelievable wear time of up to 39 hours, would you believe it? And I'm pretty sure this is an industry record, which is probably only rivaled by Signia, Rexton's sister company. Now, then the T comes after the R-Li, and that represents the fact that it's got a built-in telecoil. If you're not familiar with the benefits of a telecoil, I'll run through this later in today's video. I have to say that Costco normally tends to be pretty limited with their supply of colors, so it's impressive that on this occasion, they've managed to persuade Rexton to provide them with new hearing aids in both rose gold, dark champagne, sandy brown, and also black. Most patients that I see in clinic tend to match the color of their hair, so there should be something out there for all of you watching today's video. So as I get started today, it's worth noting that Rexton aren't entirely new to Costco, with Costco customers having had access to the Rexton Bicore for a couple of years now. And whilst the general feedback on these hearing aids has been pretty positive, they haven't been without their issues, with some users experiencing challenges around the likes of feedback, others reporting issues with Bluetooth connectivity, and then some people finding issues with regards to speech comprehension. So the big question is, what have Rexton done to overcome some of these problems? I've picked out 6 pretty strong features today that Rexton are bragging about. Firstly, their MultiFocus technology, which uses 4 focus beams to scan your environment 1,000 times per second, adapting to the changing dynamics of group conversations, ensuring that the hearing aids are focused on the person that you want to hear, making speech clear and recognizable, even amidst the presence of background noise. Now, Rexton are boasting that this feature constantly adapts to the changing dynamics of a conversation, boosting the prominence of those in the group who are speaking, while somehow, and I don't know how they do this, keeping track of those who are silent, all without switching modes or delaying. I mean, it all sounds too good to be true, eh? Now, this feature all works hand in hand with Rexton's speech preservation technology that ensures that speech stands out from noise whilst making conversations effortless, even in noisy environments. Now, of course, today's video is a launch video, and in these videos, I tend to feed you all of the features and information that Rexton are showing off about. So building on that, over the next few months, I will without question be playing with these hearing aids, and I'll have some solid feedback for you then. So you must make sure that you subscribe to this channel to be notified as soon as my new Rexton video is released. Feature number 3 that Rexton have focused their attention on with these hearing aids is their auto echo reducer. Now, this is designed to improve your hearing in reverberant rooms such as kitchens or large halls by reducing the echo and enhancing the clarity of speech. This is a situation where people do tend to struggle, and it's a nightmare for hearing aids to be able to deal with echoes, with only a few manufacturers focusing their attention on these particular challenges. So in my opinion, this is definitely a feature that is welcomed. So I've already brushed over rechargeability and the impressive, very impressive 39 hours of battery life that you'll get from these hearing aids. But that does come down. It's worth noting that that comes down to 34 hours the more Bluetooth streaming that you do. Saying that, 34 hours is still massively impressive. Now, there are a couple of other rechargeable benefits that I recognize with these hearing aids. So number one is the fact that if you fall asleep wearing these hearing aids, or if you forget to charge them one night, you can put them on charge for 30 minutes the morning after, and they'll still give you a half day's worth of battery life. On top of that, if you are planning on going away for the weekend and you don't have access to a power supply, then these hearing aids are supplied with a travel charger, which stores up to 3 full days of battery life into the charger itself, so you can charge on the go. To understand Rexton's fifth standout feature, I want you to close your eyes. Now imagine a world when you're in a football stadium and your hearing aids will connect to the commentator. Or imagine walking into a train station and then the train announcements appear directly in your ears. Or even being in a place of worship and being able to hear everything that's being said with perfect clarity and distinction. If you're wondering, gosh, how is this even possible, Matthew? Panic not, I'm just about to tell you. There is a new wave of audio connectivity called LeAudio, which is installed within these Rexton Reach hearing aids. And if you really want to get into the weeds, I would recommend checking out this video in which I break down exactly what that means for anybody wearing hearing aids. In summary, I'm pretty sure that over the next few years, we'll start to see Auracast broadcasted audio replace the century-old loop systems built into public venues, and will allow for multiple hearing aid users to simultaneously connect to audio in these public spaces, all with an improvement in sound quality and significantly lower battery consumption. And you've got to trust me on this one, this is going to be a game changer, and not just for those of you out there with hearing aids, but I predict that this will be built into regular headphones too, so everybody will benefit from this. On top of that, the Rexton Reaches, just like its predecessor, also have MFI and Asher protocols built in, meaning that they'll directly connect with your smartphone, allowing for the direct streaming of phone calls, the radio music, and podcasts, etc., etc. So you'll never need to wear a set of headphones again. Now, until this new Auracast technology takes off, I'm pleased to announce that the Reaches will still have a built-in telecoil. It can't be said for all manufacturers that are entering this LeAudio space, so I'm delighted that Rexton are thinking about this. The telecoil is essentially the 20th century version of LeAudio, so allows for the streaming of sound in a public venue directly to your hearing aids, anywhere that you've seen a sign that looks like this. And this can make a huge difference in the theatre or church, etc. I've got to say, whoever's making these top-level decisions at Rexton HQ deserves a pat on the back for the understanding of the lag between the rollout of LeAudio and it being installed in public venues. Now, in my opinion, you would be silly to make a decision on this hearing aid solely based on this video. But if you're keen on knowing the best hearing aids available this year, then you must check out this video comparing them all.